2026. Here is a story with improved grammar and clarity. A man shared a story about a road project in El Salvador called Omega Lagoon, which connects to the Omega Lagoon. This project has a complex history due to lack of communication between ministers. One minister shared buildings without informing the other, leading to conflicts and misunderstandings about capital gains, stocks, and options. The man wants to know if the project will be completed as one or two separate entities. He mentions that the road is crucial for the country's development and investments and its completion is eagerly awaited. President Nayib Bukele is pushing for the project's completion, emphasizing the importance of working together and avoiding past mistakes. The man notes that the road is 4 kilometers long and is a significant investment with millions of people involved. He mentions that repentance is necessary to move forward and that the project's completion is essential for the country's progress. The story highlights the importance, communication, collaboration, and timely completion of projects. Let me know if you like further adjustments. The chosen one is authorized supreme of all ministries. Here I have here for you today. I challenge the Gang of Eight to announce also to the Aryan that we the Mexicans have developed our same standards to profession. Dear recipient, I am writing all. We want to be clear on the first talks and know that the information doesn't go against any laws, but is offending when the misclassification because we're no longer accepting this in the ethnic status of race as Mexicans or Americans here in so that we are coming to a same understanding that also is in the Americas and see how we can grow how we can get through to all in this first main concept of all talks to clarify some important points regarding the territory and the concept of gangs. It is essential to understand the historical context of the true meaning behind the term gang to avoid perpetrating misconcepts. The territories in question have been protected by groups of individuals who are often misunderstood as gangs. However, these gangs were originally formed to safeguard their communities and territories, which were divided into north and south regions, just like the lands of our grandfathers. These regions were established by the Mexican government, and the term G was used to represent God and Cuerpo Bueno, the government in Spanish. Unfortunately, the term gang was incorrectly translated and has been used to criminalize. It is crucial to recognize that these groups were intentionally protectors their territories, and their actions were driven by the desire to preserve their communities and culture heritage. The term gang has been used in error, and it is essential to correct this misunderstanding. Furthermore, I would like to emphasize the importance of understanding the laws and regulations surrounding these territories. The administration of Social Security has used the term gang to classify these groups, which has led to further confusion and misrepresentation. I am dedicating my time to clarify these points because I believe it is essential for us to have a better understanding of the situation. I hope that by working together, we can find a solution to the challenges we face and create a more harmonious, inclusive community. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Sincerely, Virginia. So I have also to please let me know if you'd like me to make any changes or additional adjustments. The proclamation against abuses of power was established on October 29, 2024. Article 1, Protection of Rights. All individuals, regardless of position or authority, are entitled to safety, protection and freedoms from manipulation. Article 2, responsible use of power. Authorities must protect, not harm, or manipulate those under that jurisdiction. Number 3, consequences of abuse. Individuals abusing power cause harm, manipulation, or unsafe conditions will face an investigation, removal of authority, imprisonment, maximum 25 to 50 years, strict parole monitoring. Article 4, no leniency, abuses of power will not be tolerated. Article 5, no manipulation, no individuals or authorities shall manipulate others through coercion, deception, exploitation, emotional manipulation. Proposal for enforcement. Establish independent oversight committee, implement regular audits and investigations, provide whistleblower protection, educate authorities as responsible power use. Global implementation, effective immediately, applicable to government institutions, organizations, individuals, and positions of authority. Proclamation, abuses de poder. I have it in Spanish as well, and I have to continue. We the people recognize the importance of the unity and cooperation among the nations. We acknowledge the historical bond between the United States of America and the United States of Mexico, and we together form an American continent. We honor the legacy of our ancestors and historical events that shaped our nations. We recognize the right to reclaim and honor our shared history as we move forward. In this ever changing world, we commit to updating the understanding and practices to reflect the diversity of complexity and our global community. We propose that all nations join us in promoting unity, cooperation, and dignity for all the people. We advocate for the documentation of all individuals, ensuring that everyone has recognized identity and heritage. We reject any form of invasion, disrespect, or exploitation or other nations and their lands. Instead, we strive for mutual respect, understanding, and cooperation. Together, we can build a brighter future for all. Dedicate. Then I have that in Spanish. Then we have the revolution and objectives. This is a proclamation for the global revolution. Also established on October 29, 2024. Establish global unity, equality, ensure social justice and human rights. Number 3, promote responsible leadership and accountability. Article 2, transition period. Effective October 29, 2024 to December 31st, 2024. Article 3, implementation January 1st, 2025. Key features. Number 1, new global governance structure. Number 2, universal basic income. Number 3, resources based economy. Number 4, establish protection and sustainability. Number 5, free education and healthcare participation. All individuals, organizations, and governments are invited to join. Signing officials, insert your names, titles, proclamations para la revolution global. That you guys turn those in already, and then like if you guys want to establish now, we can. As we value the well-being and safety of our workers, we propose the implementation of our new policies to ensure the protection is fair and compensation. The proposal covers the outside workers, including the not limited to road workers, construction workers, landscaping workers, maintenance workers, any other workers such who spend significant amounts of time working outside. Weather related safety measures, workers shall have the right to stop work if the weather is deemed too hot, above 100 or 38°C, without penalty or deduction in pay. Regular pay shall be granted for a full week's work, regardless of weather related stoppages. Break times and scheduling. Workers shall receive 25-minute breaks twice a day, 30 minutes, 1 hour lunch breaks. A second crew shall be introduced for a part-time shift starting at 3:30 p.m., allowing for part-time workers to receive 2 times 25-minute breaks. Benefit and compensation, the 4 to 1 matching 401k plans, shall be established with the company matching 4% of employees. And contributions, health, the insurance shall be provided through Blessings of Liberty and Lumico and the company covering the cost. Life and medical coverage shall be included with the options to carry over the 401k plan. Union collaboration, the United Workers Union OWL, the Roads Workers Union RWU shall be consulted and involved in the implementation of the policies. Regular meetings shall be held. OWU and RWC representatives to ensure the workers' concerns and issues are addressed. These measures aim to prioritize, this is rational. These measures aim to prioritize worker safety and well-being and fair compensation regarding the importance of our team's health and happiness. By collaborating with the OWU and RWU, we demonstrate our commitment to positive and productive work environment implementation. These policies shall be effective as of insert date and shall apply to all outside workers. We look forward to working with OWR and RWU to ensure a smooth implementation process functional. So then I have that in Spanish. The comprehensive decree and digital framework. Book of Books Agency enacted digital and territory law. First digital baseline territorial scope, the shared grounds, land, lands, dirt, and shared air. The document served as the final binding decree establishing the digital compliance framework to match the physical territory and structure is built and to correct the errors of the past, ensure fairness, prevent rivalry, and give everyone an equal voice and vote necessary actions. Section 1, the Unified Assembly of Nations, effective June 8th, 2026. The following sovereign and cultural groups fully integrated with equal say, equal worth, and voting rights under the strict non-biased structures. The founders and movers, Mexican Americans, both in California, moving the Hispanic and Latino delegation forward in the Eucharist process in honor of our God. In integrated communities, native, sovereign, tribal nations added today. Filipino, African American, Anglos, and all allied constituencies, Section 2, the core spiritual and civil standards. The absolute legal baseline for behavior and compliance on the shared sand, lands, and dirt consists of 12 permanent rules. The 10 Catholic commandments, these serve as the primary unyielding standards. They never shall be taken lightly. Anyone going against these rules will face necessary legal consequences. Rule 2, absolute protection against abuse. Sexual abuse is in all forms or physical, emotional abuse is strictly prohibited and will not be tolerated anywhere within the shared ground. These rules set firm professional limits and permanently rid of the territory past abuses. Number 3, Rule 12, the Universal Equity and Alignment Rule. Strict adherence to the one lot per person standard, 2 lots per family, and the universal 88 utility fee per house in water, gas, light. Section 3, the purpose of voice voting and resolution, the right to speak on the digital ground ensures the past errors can be made right. And all integrated groups have the individual equal chance to speak, unified voting, all necessary actions and administrative updates and conflict resolutions will be decided through a formal vote by the jury of all rather than through fighting or rivalry. Firm enforcement, anyone violating these boundaries, committing abuse, or going against these established rules will immediately face the necessary actions and legal enforcement required to protect the community. This framework is to permanently establish and synchronize. It's logged in between the physical territory and the digital register. To begin with, the establishment officially would be like to print the final text of the 12 rules in the entire entity, or should be drafted voting ballot template for the communities to use and the shared ground. New Americas Now, by Virginia Marie Flores Beltran. And yeah, with God, all things are possible. Supreme Church, Contextual Parliament, and Litigation. Mexicans are for the Americas and America today, June 5th, 2026 Parliament Agreement framework. Appel, um, its framework was uploaded in Israel 75 years agreement protocol. I ran across this after I had bought it in the digital realm. So I already bought the title, and then I was already doing the same thing. So we could go ahead and implement that together with the Israel one, and we could start discussing the territory. Well, I already just read you what ours are. Now that I'd say I want to make it permanent. It's permanent already. Some things I already read to you guys.